Good morning, beautiful people. I wanted to hop on and do a bit of sharing. Forgive me if I'm huffing and puffing. I'm walking in my sacred place. I love walking. It does so much to calm my energy at this time. And I wanted to reflect a little bit about the energies for this year and give all you very psychic, intuitive, sensitive bunnies a bit more information about what may be going on with your energy this year. So we are heading into a time of consciousness where literally more light is coming into the earth. We are actually even passing through certain parts of the universe where there's more light. And so that affects us on many levels and layers. But what that practically means to you on a physical and experiential level in what you are living through right now is that more of your intuitive senses are actually opening up. So some of you will be able to see auras in people, or you'll be able to feel something that you may be conscious of that is not yours. And that's always a good thing to notice if you're quite empathic, because like, are you feeling something? Is it yours or does it belong to somebody else? You may be also hearing things, voices that are not yours. And you may, well, however you want to term that, I always question whether it's heart-based. If any of the information, I always test it with my heart. And free will is always about choosing to listen or focus or feel what you are feeling. And sometimes it's just worth being conscious of, like, interesting, I'm feeling that. The challenging part with all of that is, at this stage, is when you become more sensitive, it can sometimes feel a little bit overwhelming. That's why I love to walk in nature. Nature holds space for me. It helps me ground my energies. Grounding is really coming back into the body, anchoring yourself within your body. And it's sometimes just good to know that you are becoming a little bit more sensitive. And it's kind of like the first time you feel anything or experience anything, it's like, wow, that's huge. And then once it's a knowing, your body integrates the energy. So it becomes like, okay, that's just that. But initially it feels kind of overwhelming or big. And sometimes you need time with it. So always just give yourself time and consciousness. Sometimes understanding is a process of unfolding. It doesn't always happen straight away. It's like little bits of information come in and you may reach out and ask, or things will come up in your reality that will explain things for you. So be open to that as well, and just be kind and gentle with yourself. The hard part right now is that you might have quite a lot opening at the same time every day, and it might go in cycles daily or weekly as well about how sensitive and open you feel. And so just keep learning. Journaling is a really great way just to write down what you're experiencing. And just know that bringing that consciousness to it really anchors it in your energy as well. Do practices that really help you stay in your body, like walking, swimming, gardening, cooking, and make them healthy practices. I know I can be an emotional eater, so sometimes when I'm feeling stressed or depressed or overwhelmed, I want to eat. And I'm really bringing consciousness to that right now and making decisions that are more healthy for my life. So find decisions that are healthy for yours too. But in general, this year, energetically, the more light that comes in, the more shadow is exposed. And so we personally are really having to stay in our own lane. Stop focusing on what everybody else is doing and keep focusing on what you are feeling, seeing, hearing, and knowing. And know that that is the truth for you. Don't ever compare yourself to anybody else. Stay in your own lane, number one, especially this year. And really just trust and acknowledge what you are experiencing and feeling. It is your truth. Always know that. Don't let anybody else discount that from you. So what I mean in when shadow comes up, it's like old belief systems of the way you work, your relationships, basically everything in your life. If they are not uplifting and healthy, they need to be looked at and questioned. Why do you do that? Where does that come from? What would be more balanced, more open? It's virtually like we have to do that with everything in our lives right now. And that does not feel easy. I feel your pain. I send you big hugs. But you know what? Just journaling about it or spending time with that, what it does when you bring energy, consciousness, light to it, it opens it up. It almost dissipates it, but you have to spend the time with it. You've got to feel what you're feeling. You've got to notice what's going on, what those belief systems are, where they came from, how they were developed in your life, and they will land. And I find as I work through each one, another one may open, or I may get respite, or I may need more time to process really big belief systems that are huge. So notice that we are having that this year. But what that also means is that the more you sit with the shadow and those belief systems that are not balanced or not working for you, the more energy opens up, the more greater the abundant flow is through your life. More opportunity will open up for you. Greater connection will happen for you as well. So the more you really sit with and bring consciousness to, it kind of releases it from your energy, because you don't have to filter your experience through that anymore. So I hope that is helpful. Make this a year of self-exploration, really plugging into what is best for you in your life. Remember, stay in your own lane. Remember, just bring consciousness to anything that's going on in your life and just ask questions around it. Sometimes we're not going to know things straight away, but the questioning will open things up for you. Like, what is this teaching me? If you ask that about everything, it's an incredible conversation. So I send you so much love and big hugs. Have a beautiful weekend. Bye. Mwah.